today I am driving a Nissan E-NV200. I've got this one for about half an hour, so this is going to be quick. So far, well impressed. This van drives absolutely fantastically. I'm absolutely gobsmacked by it. Comes with loads of kit. This isn't the top of the range model. They do a Tecna with alloy wheels and the same sat-nav system that goes in the Leaf. This one's got the more basic setup, but it does come with a reversing camera, albeit a bit small. Sits just to the right hand side of the speedo and the battery display, and it's a reversing camera. It's got heated seats both sides, got a heated steering wheel. It's got a normal conventional gear stick. It hasn't got the same setup as what the Leaf had, where you pull across and backwards for drive and across and upwards for reverse. Just more of an automatic sort of gear stick, which I've got to say I think I prefer. It's got a few extra little bits as well. It's got a couple of cup holders in the top, but then the cup holders which were in the doors are now missing. The stereo, this is just a Bogo standard. That's brilliant. That's a fantastic stereo. Bearing in mind it's a van, obviously you haven't got £100 worth of fuel sat underneath you, so you're going to be limited on range. And this being a 24, I think realistically you're going to get a range for about 65, maybe 70 miles if you're good with it. The 30 kilowatt, maybe 85, 90. There is a tiny bit of motor whine, but being a van, you're going to get a bit of road noise. You've got a massive open space in the back, so any noise you get is going to resonate, but it's not that bad. It's still quite quiet. We all know that Nissan can build really good cars, and the refinement here is nothing different to what goes into the Leaf. It's been really well put together. What do you want in a van? You don't want nice materials, do you? You want something that's robust, something that can get dirt on it and get covered in crap, if you like, and you're going to be able to wipe it clean with a bit of detergent. So you have got hard plastics in here, but that's a necessity of having a van, I think. It's got the same two-stage throttle as the Leaf as well, so if you want to poke it a little bit, you just stab it through the floor and out comes all that power. Comes with the same motor and output as well, so not a lot of difference, but it feels as quick. It does feel as quick as a Leaf. Let's turn that eco off. Let's have a quick go with the acceleration, see what it does. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Oh, nearly 60. I couldn't quite get 60 then. But not bad. Not bad at all. I can definitely say wholeheartedly I would rather drive this than any other van I've ever driven, and that is completely genuine. A couple of things here is it is quite a narrow van, which can be seen as a bit of a disadvantage. I mean, most vans tend to have a bench seat and 2 seats to the left of you here, but this has only got one. Good old manual handbrake, perfect. It seems to be that maybe, just maybe, Nissan have got over that gasometer thing, and they've put some updated software in this to the point where people can actually get a realistic idea of how far they can go. One thing I remember about the old Leaf, we could get in it at 100% charge and it would say, for example, 85, 90, 95 miles. We would drive to the end of our street, which is about 150 metres, and I would have lost 2 miles. And that was massively frustrating, and also a massive inconvenience, because you would often use that to plan. Okay, over time we got used to it. You take no notice of it whatsoever. This, however, doesn't do that, and that is a good thing. I think honesty about range is absolutely paramount. If it's not right for somebody, it's not right. Giving them something that doesn't bloody work is not good. This, much better. I completely and utterly love this van. It drives, I can't tell you how well it drives. Well, I can, I'm trying to, but I probably can't get it across. It drives fan-bloody-tastically. And if this was the people carrier that they do, it would be brilliant. absolutely brilliant. If you're one of them people that drives a massive diesel Land Rover or a Q7 or a Q whatever to drop your kids off at school, you want to consider getting one of these. You'll be able to do the school run for about 50 pence. And maybe not contaminate the air that the kids are breathing. There's a thought for you. I can imagine now this van with the 30 kilowatt hour battery in it, or God, just imagine if they stuck a 60 in it. A couple of bigger springs on the back for a bit more payload. Brilliant. Anybody who's in the market for a van, like a white van man, wants to try one of these. When I looked at this as a model, I thought, that's just never going to work. And actually, I was completely and utterly wrong. It really would work. It would really work well. The amount of energy we lose mainly is through drag, not through the weight in the vehicle. Obviously, if you're doing a lot of stop-start, then you're gonna burn off a lot more energy. But yes, well done, Nissan. What a cracking piece of kit. Oh, bloody rapid as well. Might just buy one of these just to have it on the drive. I might be coming across as being a little bit over enthusiastic about this van, but I am, and I don't get enthusiastic about much. But this, even when I looked at it and thought, that's going to be naff, 24 kilowatt hour battery in a van, how wrong I was. What would have changed about it? I'd probably have an armrest just here. I like having an armrest. There's quite a big open space here, and a lot of guys who drive vans will tell you that this arm just sits here just flapping around in the wind. So an armrest would have been nice. I'm not sure if that's an option on the higher spec models, maybe on the Tecna, I don't know. I would have a bigger battery. I always want bigger batteries. I think the industry standard now is 60 kilowatts. I think anybody building anything below 60 kilowatts and saying, wow, it's a second car, people don't really want second cars, they just want cars. And this is important to remember. The fact that you get two different charging options on a vehicle now is just bloody ridiculous. Who wants different charging options? You just want to charge at the fastest rate you possibly can. When we go to a petrol station, we don't get two fueling options in terms of speed, do we? Obviously we get different fuels, but one doesn't go in quicker than the other. They go in at give and take probably a couple of seconds the same speed. What we need to convert people is vehicles that do the job, and that's why I believe 60 kilowatt hours should be the industry standard. That is more than enough to cover, oh God, it's got to be 99% of the country in terms of their daily needs. The problem is with a 60 kilowatt hour battery, when you start sticking that in a vehicle, you start not needing petrol or diesel, and I think that might be where the problem lies. Also, anybody can generate electricity, can't they? It's very difficult to refine fuel, dig it out of the floor and then get it into a vehicle. But electricity, God, anybody can do it. You can do it for next to nothing. How are we going to tax that? So I've now done 34 miles and I've used exactly half the battery. So that tells me 70 miles. That ain't bad. And I've been giving it the beans. This is a 24. What's the temperature outside? 5 degrees as well outside. So it's not bad. It's not bad at all. There was a bit of an ulterior motive for me reviewing this van, and that is because I am looking at a van for a business venture of my own, and I think I might have just found the van. Also, this van, the turning circle, it turns on a sixpence, and I mean on a sixpence. And then when you want to get out of a junction, get your bit of wheel spin and it's away. I'm doing 45, 50 already. I don't know another van that could do that. Not about paying mega bucks anyway. Although this is a van, try and look past that. I mean, you might be in the market for a van, but this also comes as a combi. The 7-seater that they do, the people carrier, which is also fantastic. I've only ever seen one, I've not driven one, but I guess it drives pretty much as this one does. I've even looked at it and thought, that's a camper van. Get one of them converted, worth big bucks. The price that you could buy that for, that model that I was driving was a 2015. It had 5,000 miles on it, and it's priced at 13,495. That's peanuts. It's almost a brand new van, and with no deposit you can have that at £224 a month. That is cheap as chips. But more than that, they're doing 10 years 0% for what I consider a really, really good van. Something else, I did have a little bit of a chat to the salesman, and he said that there was two vans there. He said one was a 30 and he said one was a 24. I drove the 24. As it turned out, the other one, which was a 66 plate, wasn't a 30, it was a 24. And as yet, there is no vans with a 30 kilowatt hour battery in, which is a little bit disappointing, I've got to say. And here's another reason why we shouldn't drive diesels. That is absolutely disgusting. The fact that we're still allowed to pump that into the atmosphere and it's completely above board is just beyond me. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. I'm sorry it's been a bit of a short one and a bit of a squeeze, a bit rushed, but it was my lunch break, so I'm going back to work now. If you liked it, like it. If you didn't, then you can dislike it. It is an open forum, so that's what it's there for. And if you fancy it, we're collecting subscribers still, so feel free to click the subscribe button, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.